All right. Devin Haney may have a harder time getting back that WBC lightweight belt than we thought. Because Ryan Garcia, looks like Ryan Garcia has dibs on trying to get it off of the winner of Javier Fortuna versus Luke Campbell. And then after that, maybe he'll have a fight with Devin Haney, man. I really do not like the move that the WBC did by moving Devin Haney into champion and recess so quickly. But it is what it is, man. Hopefully, though, what Ryan Garcia is asking for and saying he wants to take place will take place. But let's go through that and let me explain it to you and give my thoughts. And hopefully you'll give me your thoughts in the comment section of this video. All right, welcome back. So this weekend, actually on Friday evening, so it wasn't the weekend, it was the end of the work week, but Friday evening, Ryan Garcia knocked out Francisco Fonseca in the first round of a lightweight fight. Very spectacular knockout. Can't say anything bad about the performance of Ryan Garcia. Clocked him with a check left hook, set it up with a jab. It was a jab, then a right hand, then a check left hook. I think he might have run through that routine maybe 2 times in the lead up to that, but that one connected and boom. Francisco Fonseca was up out of there. Very crisp, very strong shot. Ryan Garcia is definitely showing that he's got some pop, man. And when you have pop at lightweight and you can lay people out like that, hey man, there's a chance you could have a very bright future. Now, after that fight was over, Devin Haney got in the ring. Devin Haney said that he wants to fight Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia said, hey, let's fight. Later on, I haven't actually seen it myself, but other people have talked about it on different channels that I watch and that I support. Said that Devin Haney and Bill Haney is the manager, father of Devin Haney, went up to Bernard Hopkins and were pressing Bernard Hopkins about making the fight, doing what they should do, being out there, spreading their name, putting pressure on people, to make sure that they don't get ignored and that they get their chance to shine and do what they want to do in the sport of boxing. So my hat goes off to them for doing that. Ryan Garcia said in an interview, though, something that piqued my interest and it kind of worries me a little bit, because he said that he said what his plan is for the next several fights that he has. He said that he wants to fight Jorge Linares. Now, as we know, Jorge, I didn't see the fight, but Jorge Linares, because I stopped watching after the Blair Cobb fight. There was a high school basketball game that I went to and I haven't actually gone back to watch the Jorge Linares fight. And I didn't even realize, quite honestly, that Jorge Linares was on the card. But Jorge Linares was on my understanding is he was on the undercard or the co-main event for Ryan Garcia. So the next fight for Ryan Garcia they're looking to make is Jorge Linares. Which makes sense because Jorge Linares is the guy is not a big lightweight. He's proven he's got a glass jaw, but he's somebody that might be able to take Ryan Garcia some rounds. And I do believe that is an experienced fighter is gonna make it a boxing match. So I think it's a very good step up for Ryan Garcia in competition, and knowing that Golden Boy Promotions has they're very good matchmakers over there. I'm confident that Ryan Garcia is going to win that fight. And so he said after that, what he wants to fight. And this is the part that stood out to me as like, oh, okay, this could be tricky. He said that he wants to fight Luke Campbell after that. Now, why would he say Luke Campbell, right? He said Luke Campbell, then Devin Haney, then Gervonta Davis. That is a eye-opening list. Not just because of the quality of the fighters that he wants to fight moving forward. Linares is a quality fighter. Campbell is a quality fighter. Devin Haney most certainly is a quality fighter. Gervonta Davis most certainly is a quality fighter, right? Those are all getting through. All of those guys are not going to be at least getting through those last two is going to be hell on wheels trying to get through. But the Luke Campbell is the one that interested me. because Luke Campbell has been mandated to fight Javier Fortuna for the vacant WBC title, title that was held by Devin Haney. So if you recall, Devin Haney was the number one contender for, and I believe that he fought a title eliminator. He was going to be in a title eliminator to become the mandatory for Vasily Lomachenko. I do believe that's how that happened. You can correct me in the comment section if that's not exactly how that happened. But I believe that he was supposed to fight in a title eliminator. But Lomachenko was elevated to a franchise champion, and before that fight took place, Devin Haney was elevated to the WBC champion. So he fought that fight as the WBC champion, and then when he won the fight, of course, that was his first time that he fought with a belt. It was a defense, right? So now he hurt his shoulder, or he had to have shoulder surgery. I don't know if it was from something that happened in the fight, or if it was something that was like a nagging injury or something like that he needed to address. Not sure which one of the two it was. But he gets moved. He has to have surgery, and he's moved out of that champion position, and now he's champion in recess. So Luke Campbell is fighting Javier Fortuna for the belt. Now, if he wants to fight Luke Campbell next, that's telling you that he's going to fight for the WBC title after Jorge Linares. That's what he wants to do. And that is a problem for Devin Haney, because Devin Haney, who is the champion in recess, right? He's the champion in recess, which should mean that when he's back, that he will get a mandatory shot against the guy with the WBC belt. But not so quick, because we're talking about the WBC, and I've seen promoters get that stuff changed. I've seen Regis Prograis having been ordered to fight Jose Ramirez. And when Bob Arum, after Jose Ramirez beat Emir Imam to get that belt, I do believe it was Emir Imam he beat to get that belt. But once he won that belt, Bob Arum's like, maybe we'll get to Regis Prograis one of these days. And one of these days never happened. And it just went on. So Bob Arum is not, so I'm not saying Devin Haney's in a situation where, he won't get that fight. But when you're dealing with the situation with Ryan Garcia, man, that stuff can get real funny, because there's something about Ryan Garcia that I see that, and this is what it is, okay? He reminds a lot of people of Oscar De La Hoya. And he also has something in common with Canelo Alvarez. And that those guys are somewhat of pretty boy boxers. And because they're pretty boy boxers, definitely Oscar De La Hoya and Ryan Garcia fall into this category. Even though Oscar De La Hoya, of his own volition, and I think this is one of the things that are a big credit to Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya fought tough competition, because I think Oscar De La Hoya wanted to fight tough competition, but that was in the 90s. Now, with this, the Mayweather model of doing things, and you can't get a loss, and it's all about the business. There's a good chance that Ryan Garcia can get directed away from fights for a while, that people don't absolutely know that he can win. And at only 21 years old. At 21 years old, to see him fight Devin Haney when they're 22 years old, when they're both 22 or 23, roughly around that age range, man, that seems like almost too good to be true. Almost too good to be true. And in boxing, dang near too good to be true. And an example of that is Gervonta Davis. You can see what they're doing with Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis is at the end of the list of Ryan Garcia for a reason, right? He said Linares, right? Because that's the step up fight. If Campbell gets past Fortuna, that's the championship fight. Devin Haney could be the champion in recess. fight, which could be ordered by the WBC, which I'm like, man, these dudes be funny business. But then it's Gervonta Davis. Why finish off with Gervonta Davis? For the same reason that everybody else wants Gervonta Davis, including Vasily Lomachenko. It's because Gervonta Davis is the guy with the most buzz around him at lightweight. He's the guy that's selling out the arenas in different places around the country. He's the guy with the greatest name recognition and the greatest potential to bring in the money. But how did he get there? He got there, and I'm not trying to bash on Gervonta Davis, but he got there because he was set up with guys like Francisco Fonseca, right? Francisco Fonseca and Hugo Chavez and guys like that who Mayweather moved knowing that he was going to look good or he was going to get a knockout, and they were going to build the name because they're much more about building the name and making the money than they are actually necessarily making the guy the best fighter that he could be. And that's how he got to that stage. Now you add Ryan Garcia, put Ryan Garcia in that situation, but Ryan Garcia can appeal to, the Mexican fan base and the female fan base. And it's just more of a recipe for some shadiness to go on that would prevent good fights from happening. But hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully I'm dead wrong. And those fights go the way that they're supposed to go. Javier Fortuna, I think if everything is real, Javier Fortuna could beat Campbell. But anyway, we'll see what happens. You let me know what you think in the comment section. Thank you everybody that supports the channel through the super chats, in the live streams, in the cash apps and the live streams. Thank you to everybody that supports the channel through the Patreon and through the channel memberships. And we'll check you out during the live stream next Sunday at OG Boxing Talk, which will be the first one after the Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury fight. So it is what it is. And with that, I'm out. Peace.